Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Guys, I did not ghost you, I promise. I've had just a lot going on, but I'm back and I'm giving this vlogging a trial. I did not post my first video only for me to ghost for 2 months. I'm so sorry guys, but welcome back to my channel. And while at that, I posted a question tag on Instagram and I asked my friends, followers to ask me some questions, and I know I should have posted also on my YouTube community, but I feel like more people know me from Instagram really. Yeah, so I got a number of questions and let's do this. It's going to be fun, I promise you. So let me properly introduce myself. My name is Yeeechi. I'm 26 years old and I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm from Anambra State. Both parents are from Anambra. Yeah, and I feel like that's enough intro to give you. So let's go right into the questions. So the first question is, how are you doing? And this is very sweet, really. I'm fine. I'm fine. Surviving the day and just taking it one day at a time. Oh yeah, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Second question is, what inspired you to start your channel? Honestly, when I saw this question, I had no idea. I didn't know how to answer it. But looking back now, it's an irony because if you know me, you know I'm a very shy person. I'm a very quiet, private person. I love my quiet life. So putting myself out there is like a totally different ball game from who I am really. But honestly, I think I started this channel as a safe space to document my life and open up a little bit more, because I feel like sometimes I can be uptight and strict, but this is just me being vulnerable, documenting my life, expressing myself, my interests, and just creating a community of people that can relate to my life and relate to the life of a 26-year-old living in Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, basically. And what it feels like navigating your 20s. Even when I clock 30, hopefully I hope I'll still be running this channel. But yeah, just what life feels like on this side and just sharing it. And it's just me also pushing myself a little bit more to be vulnerable, like I said, opening myself a little bit more to people and letting people in without losing myself. Yeah. Who are your best friends? I know who sent this question. So my best friends, I have two best friends really, Chiamaka and Ife. We've been friends for almost 10 years and I love them so much. I feel like they just get me and we just get each other, right? We don't need too much talk, we don't need to over explain ourselves. And in the space of 10 years, I can actually count the number of times we've had like arguments or fights. So I love them so much. Shout out to Chiamaka and Ife. What's your view on friendship breakups as an adult? What's your view on friendship breakups as an adult, and how do you handle friendship? So for me, honestly, friendship has, I don't think I have had a friendship. Okay, maybe I have, but navigating friendship as an adult is not so hard for me. One, I try to label people for what they are. I know we throw away the word friend so loosely, oh everybody's your friend, but I always label people for what they are. If you're my colleague, you're my colleague. If you're my neighbor, you're my neighbor. If you're my church member, you're my church member. If you're a mutual friend, you're a mutual friend. And by doing that, I do not have a lot of expectations from these people. So when they even move mad, I'm like, okay, because I wasn't even expecting anything from you. But for my actual friends, I feel like my actual friendship breakup I've had, we grew up together as best friends, and I just feel like along the line we just fell apart. And I can love you from afar, really. It doesn't mean we have to talk every day or even know what's going on in each other's life. It's just us catching up once in a very long while and yeah, really, that's how I navigate it. I can love you from afar, and when I feel like we've tried to make it work but it still doesn't work, it's okay to move on. It hurts, believe me, it hurts, especially when this person was like your person and you grew up together. It hurts, but then again, we're adults. People have a lot of things going on in their lives. I don't think anyone wants to carry like friendship breakup on their head, or let it affect them. Just like a romantic breakup as well, you can be heartbroken for a period of time, but at a point you have to move on with your life, because real life is in play. You have bills to pay, you have a job, you have a business to run, so you cannot remain in that forever. So that's how I navigate my friendship. And honestly, I don't have a lot of friends, so if I've ever been vulnerable with you, if I've ever opened up to you, I consider you a friend, because I don't do that. I do not open up to a lot of people. So I can count the number of friends I have, and I know them, I love them, I understand them, they understand me. So I don't think we've ever had any rift, or yeah. That's another thing, quality over quantity. Really, you do not need 20, you don't need a battalion of friends. And it's also funny because growing up I had a lot of friends. I was so friendly, like I used to attract people. I was so friendly, and I remember then in my house, if you come to my house on a weekend, at the point people thought like my mom had like a lot of children. I mean, apart from like neighbors. But if you're like a stranger, you come to my house, you feel like my mom has 10 children or 15 children, because a lot of people always come to my house, and I had a lot of friends. But life just happened, some people traveled, relocated, like life just happened. Really, they said 10 friends cannot play together for 10 years, right? But yeah, that's it with friendship. Quality over quantity. Label people for what they are, that way you're reducing your expectations from them. And yeah, that's it. You don't need a battalion of friends. You just need, even if it's just one good friend you have, you're good, really. And for breakups, it hurts, but it's okay to love people from afar. You don't need to go back and forth over and over. Yeah. Where did you school and what course did you study? So I attended University of Lagos, Unilag, and I studied microbiology. We will not recommend. That course was very hard. I feel the curriculum in Nigerian universities are not the best, because they made us study everything. I mean, it was until 400 level we had like electives, but at the point we're doing everything. And microbiology is very broad. You have pharmaceutical, you have medical, you have industrial, you have petroleum. It was a lot, really. And I feel like by 200 level I was already over that course. Like, cut it, I'm done. And I struggled so much to just, I don't want to come back to this school after 1 year. I don't want to have a carryover, because I'm already struggling now. I don't want to come back and have any carryover. I just knew that I am never going to practice this. And going back to school, if I ever go back to school, it will not be related to that course at all. So yeah, I went to Unilag and I studied microbiology. And I graduated in 2019. Let me add that too, right before the pandemic. It's crazy that this year is going to be 6 years that I left university. How crazy is that? The next question is, do you love Amanda? Yes, Amanda, I love you. Describe yourself in 3 words. I'll say one. Funny. I'm a very funny person. If you know me, you know I'm a very funny person. I'm strict. Why I say strict? Like, I'm a no-nonsense kind of person. I don't like what I hate. I'm just, yeah, I'm a strict person. People will say otherwise, but I feel like I'm a strict person. And I am an introvert. 100%. I just love being on my own. I love my quiet time. I love my personal space. I just love me. Yeah, I love me. Next question, what's your dream career? Guys, I have no dream career. I'm sorry to shock you. I do not have a dream career. And I feel maybe being a trophy wife. Yeah, because that's a career, that's a full-time job. So being a trophy wife, you know those wives that wake up, prepare the kids for school, pack lunch for their hobby, drive to Pilates, to the gym, come back, that kind of life, that's my calling. And obviously I'll be getting paid because wife allowance. Tell me which career is better than that one? Being paid for just existing. I don't think there's any career that tops it. So that's my dream career, please. I don't like stress. Okay, so next question is, what do you do or where do you work? I do my best. First off, I do my best. That's why you should just know I do my best. But yeah, I have a 9 to 5. I work for a fintech company. Yeah. Someone says you're so cute. Oh, thank you. I know. What are your toxic traits? The person who asked this question is setting me up. Guys, look at me. Do I look like someone that has any toxic traits? Do I? I do not. Honestly, I'm not trying to toot my horn or anything. I do not have a toxic trait. I am an angel, literally. So, I have no toxic traits, really. Am I the drama? Next question is, what makes you the happiest the most? Honestly, when I'm not doing anything, I'm the happiest the most. You see, when I'm bed rotting, watching a movie, eating, sleeping, that's when I'm the happiest. Really, I don't like stress. Also spending time with my friends. I love my friends so much. Fine dining, shopping. Oh my god, there's always something I have to buy. Like, I love shopping, it makes me happy. So I love retail therapy so much, and yeah, those are things that make me happy. Spending time with friends and family makes me happy. What's your dream country? Definitely France, Paris to be precise. I love French countries. I have a thing for French people, French culture. And if you don't know, my middle name is a French name, Florence. So God is saying something. He's saying something to me. But I love French so much. I love French culture. I love Paris so much. And I would love to live in Paris for a while in my lifetime. Probably like, maybe relocate there or retire there or just live there for a bit. I really love Paris. I love South Korea too. I watch a lot of Korean movies, so I just like their culture also. And yeah, Santorini to Greece. I love those countries so much. Are you a texter or a caller? Honestly, it depends really. Sometimes I feel like, I'm sorry guys, the weather is changing. It looks like it's about to rain. So if this video is getting dark, I'm sorry, I just have to do this video now. Just putting this out there. I feel like I am more of a caller than a texter. Texting is just back and forth, like get to the point. I feel like with phone calls, you're getting to the point, and honestly, it depends on the person in question. Obviously, texting, if you're my lover, I'd love it. Phone call, but I want you to call me more than you text me. Yeah, for my friends too, I'm more of a caller than a texter. If you're trying to reach me, you reach me faster with a phone call than a message, because I barely even check messages, honestly. Like, I do not, but for phone calls, yeah, you can reach me faster. But I think I'm more of a caller, yeah, than a texter. Like, I feel like calls are, you're getting straight to the point, really. Texting can be too monotonous. Is that the word? Yeah, it can be too back and forth, and it's not really my thing. What experience would you say changed your life? Honestly, a lot of things have changed my life in the past 5 years, but I would say what tops it the most is walking away from a situation that was not favorable to me. It was so hard, but walking away and pouring so much into myself, and I feel like this is the best I've ever been since my adult life, since I became an adult. And I'll say this to my younger sister, or to, if I had like someone who was looking up to me: put yourself first. When you put yourself first, I promise you, everything falls in place. Be selfish with yourself. Like, when it comes to anything, put yourself. You should be number one before any other person. You are the center of your life. You are the main character in your life. So act like it, really. And I feel like when I started pouring so much into myself, I became the best version of myself, and it changed my life completely. I wouldn't want to go back to how I was 3 or 4 years ago, honestly. No. And I feel like with time, every year I'm getting better, every year I'm growing, every year I become a better version of myself. Tell me, what is better than that? Nothing really. So that's what I would say changed my life. If you could talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you say? So, quick backstory. I have always wanted to be an adult. How would I put it? I wanted to be an adult at a very young age. Like, I couldn't wait to be done with school, to start living life. Like, I was in such a hurry that I did not even enjoy that moment when I was young. And looking back now, I'm an adult. Like, what's there? What was I even rushing for? Bills upon bills, work, like, there's no rest. Every single day, there's always something. But then, as when I was 18, 19, 20, I had really no responsibilities, just school, and I had people giving me money. I wish I actually enjoyed that moment of my life, just being a young adult and just living that moment. But I was so much in a hurry to become an adult, to start living alone, to start doing things, and I'm not happy about that, really. So if I could go back into time, I'll tell myself to calm down. Calm down. There's time for everything. Even the Bible talks about it. There's really time for everything. So calm down and enjoy every moment of your life. Look at now. I was just saying that I can't believe that I graduated from school 6 years ago. Feels like yesterday, really. So calm down and enjoy every moment of your life. How many languages do you speak? I speak 3 languages. If you're going to count Pidgin as a language, I'll say 4. Yeah. I grew up in Surulere and I schooled in Kokaorili. And if you know Kokaorili, you know it's a ghetto. But I loved it. Like, I loved it. I loved the people there. I just loved that life. And growing up in Surulere actually shaped me in a way. And yeah, I would say, so if you're going to call Pidgin as a language, I'll say 4. I speak English, I speak Igbo, Anamasu, Igbo, Ofuma. I speak French, yeah, oui, and Pidgin, so 4. What's one thing people get wrong about you? Honestly, I feel like I've gotten this so many times, and so I don't even care anymore. People can always say what they want. Lots of times when I meet people, I hear these assumptions and, oh, when I first saw you, I thought this, I thought that. A lot of comments I get from people is that I appear as a snobbish, rude person. And that's not true, because I'm actually very friendly. I consider myself a very friendly person. But then again, I consider myself as someone who always reciprocates energy. So whatever energy you give me, I will reciprocate, really. And I have social anxiety. I suffer from social anxiety. So most times when I'm in a social gathering, I'm literally trying to put myself together. I'm literally trying to observe the room, read the room, and I'm not necessarily at my best to network or to start, talking. I just need time to feel relaxed and okay. If you suffer from social anxiety, you know how these things are. You know how crazy it is. So I am not a rude person. I am very funny and very friendly, but I just most times need time to be comfortable. If I'm not comfortable, I would never open up. I would just, keep to myself, and yeah. All right. How's your mental health with this Nigerian economy? Girl, it's the ghetto. It's the absolute ghetto. I feel, in fact, all my adult life, I've been complaining about Nigeria since I turned 18. I don't think there's ever a moment I have not complained about Nigeria. And it's sad that, imagine all your adult life you live in a country where there's always one thing or another. It's really daunting, but I'm trying to create my own happiness, and I'm trying to be grateful for the things I have control over. I have a roof over my head, I have food, I have a stable job, I have my family, good health. Those are things that I'm grateful for. And honestly, you just need to find those little things that make you happy, because if you think about Nigeria too much, you feel go mad, you feel crazy. So yeah, I'm taking it one day at a time, honestly. And I try to limit the number of negative news I consume, honestly, because I'm even going through it myself, so I don't want to add things into what I'm going through. I mean, I'm trying to stay updated with what's happening around the world, but I try to limit how much bad news, negative news I consume, honestly, because I'm a very emotional person. So I just do not want to go through all of that. So taking it one day at a time, praying, hopeful. I think I do not know any Nigerian youths presently that does not have Japa plans. Do you know how crazy that is? It's really crazy, but yeah, that is it. And I'm just taking it one day at a time and just praying to God that things get better. So the next question, second to the last question, is what would you say, how would you describe your childhood and how it shaped you today? I really love this question. So I grew up in a very loving home. I grew up with so much love, and I'm so grateful for my childhood, so grateful for my family too. My childhood was the best, and it's something I would want to do when I have kids too. Just allow children be children. So I grew up in Surulere, Lagos, and growing up was like I said, we used to have a lot of people come to my house, and then we had like a lot of toys, and my dad used to import all of those things. So my house looked like a school. You know how schools, primary school looks like. We had like deflatable pool, we had swings, we had slides, we had like a lot of things. Bicycle, like I learned how to drive a bicycle like 4 or 5. So it was very fun, it was very interesting, and I always look forward to weekends or holidays because I'll play from morning till night, like ain't nothing stopping me. So it was very nice. And what shaped my adulthood the most is being introduced into the church at a very early age. Shout out to my mom. So I grew up in a very strong Christian home, and we've always believed that Christ is the rock of our foundation, and we're taught about the love of God. And I was very much involved in church. I used to sing, I used to play the violin, Bible quiz, you name it. I was very much involved in church, and I'm so grateful for that upbringing, because now as an adult I know Christ for myself. And to be honest, we're being vulnerable in it. And I feel like I'm not as devoted as I should be. I mean, compared to how I was growing up. But one thing I would say is God is a loving father, and the book of Luke 15 talks about the prodigal son and how no matter what happened, his arms are always open. That's the grace of Christianity. So even when I feel like I've drifted, or I'm not spending as much time with God as I should, or I'm not studying his word, his arms are always open to me. And even when I'm going through life problems, I know where to lay them at the feet of Christ. That's the beauty of Christianity. I'm so happy that I knew Christ at a very young age, and now as an adult I can navigate my way around it, and I know Christ for myself, right? So I feel like that's one thing that really shaped my life, and Christ is the rock of my foundation. Like the Bible talks about the man who built his house upon the rock. So when the rain fell, the wind blew, his house did not fall because his house was founded on the rock. Knowing Christ at a very young age really shaped my life. Yeah. The last question, I got a lot of this. Are you single? Are you in a relationship? Are you seeing anyone? Are you married? Someone literally asked, are you married? How? Am I giving married woman vibe in any way? But to answer that question, right, I'm going to leave it open. I feel like I should leave some mystery. I think you should just stay tuned to my channel to find out. Yeah, because I mean, eventually you get to know. We've come to the end of this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope to do more, but I think with time you get to know more about me. And yeah, I'm so happy I did this. And if you've watched up to this point, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Ciao.